Hello and welcome to Infinite Alchemy. This is my mod pack. I have been working on it for over a year now, close to even, and I wanted to show off some of the cool things that I did with it. So let's get started. So, what is Infinite Alchemy? I'm glad you asked. Infinite Alchemy is a Minecraft mod pack, as you can see. And it boasts a large amount of custom items. I just can't stop. I literally can't stop. Please, somebody stop me. I added so many of them. Not all of them are finished, but as you can see, there are a lot of animated ones. There are mechs, there are quests, ingots, and whatnot. Cells. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, death metal chunk. Cool, right? Infinite Alchemy is mainly inspired by Divine Journey 2, Ultimate Alchemy, and Greco mods. Huh. That being said, I don't have Greg Tech, Greg Tech. I don't have Project E here. I have actually not that many mods, and it runs surprisingly smoothly on my PC. What is my pack about? My pack is about long and hard chains of recipes, which you need to get items, to get more items, to get more machines, to get more machines, to get more items, and so on and so forth until you reach the end. Currently, the end is this thing, Cosmic Rune. It's still unfinished, but it's already looking quite cool. So instead of your usual end of the pack with creative items, creative tank, creative chest, and so on and so forth, I decided to Stargate my pack. So in the end, you're just gonna make it something really expensive. And pack does get really expensive. For example, even normal plates, all of them, they are made with 6 ingots at the beginning with a hammer, and later with a plate mold and 4 ingots, or 4 ingots in a compactor. So it doesn't get better than 4 ingots. And it doesn't matter which plate you take, it's all of them. Absolutely all of them. So, as you may have already noticed, the pack is a 1.12.2 skyblock with ex nihilo. So you will get pretty familiar with this little thing. Except no, you actually don't need to sieve for your resources because there are tons of ways of getting them in other ways. For example, these altars, they will turn a stone that you put onto them into a block of ore, and this dust will be turned into a block of cobblestone. This is a custom machine that I added. Yes, this is the machine technically. And as you can see, it works just fine. And also, I added this thing. You can turn cobblestone back into dust just inward with a living pickaxe. All of that is Chapter 0 tech. You can spam these altars. You can also automate them, though it's a bit complicated, but people seem to have fun automating them. And that is the most important thing, is to have fun. Yes. After getting started with the pack, you will get into roots and craft using a pyre because you can't make a furnace yet. So you use the pyre to, for example, cook bricks, You need then to crush the bricks in mortar and pestle, and so on and so forth. So you get charcoal also in a fire, and after you get all of that, you can make a furnace, which has a rather complicated craft. You need runestone, you need glass, you need fire bricks. And all of these things is quite complicated. For example, fire bricks requires you to make fire clay from clay, brick dust, blaze powder, and flint. Blaze powder you can get from, for example, Steven, which is not that fun, and you can also get it from heat sand, for example, by breaking heat sand, by breaking heat sand, you will sometimes get blaze powder the same way you sometimes get flint from gravel. It even has the exact same chance, I believe, at 10%. So yeah, you get blaze powder, and you use it to get a furnace, but you also need glass. Glass is also made quite complicatedly from sandy glass, which made from glass shards, which made in a fire, and for fire you need ramos and so on and so forth. So it's quite complicated. It takes about 5 hours of quite relaxed play to get a furnace. I believe the fastest time was 2 hours. You can try to beat it. Hmm. Yes. The pack has a lot of multi-blocks. You can see my uh, best little boy space folder, which is actually 12 multi-blocks, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth, all together that share a lot of blocks, and they work together to basically be the end game. Your first multi-block is, however, 3-powered compressor, which looks like this. Uh, it is chapter 1 multi-block. You get it quite early, and you use it to get your first singularity from 4 stacks of wood, some saplings, and some bone meal, and some water. Nothing too crazy yet, and after you get it, after you get your first singularity, you advance into Prodigy Tech, which is a fun, cool tech mod about hot air. Not many packs use it, but I think it's quite cool, so you would have to find out. And after that, you get into immersive engineering, you get new metals, you get new alloys. I really like alloys. There are quite a lot of them. You also would need to get yourself a distillation tower from immersive petroleum to get black quartz, to get napalm, to get all kinds of good stuff like bitumen, which you need for conduit binder, which you make from aluminum, brass, and composite, which you make from grout or blood droplets and bitumen. And after all that, you can make a machine block. And this is machine frame tier 1, just like in, for example, uh, Divine Journey 2. All of them machine blocks, they are made from each other. For example, this is the 10th one. It is made from the 9th, the 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, and so on. And all of them require some new, cool, exciting items that you need to automate. This is the core of the pack, basically. You get items, you automate uh, components, and you progress uh, through the tech tree. And after you finish your tech tree, you get well. After you get through immersive engineering, you get into extra utilities, then thermal expansion. You get access to A2, then fun mod mechanism. It's 1.12.2 mechanism, so no reactor. You don't have to worry about it. But you have to worry about all the gases, including custom ones. For example, to make activated carbon, you need phosphoric acid, which you make from that's phosphoric acid gas, which you make from refined glowstone in an electrolytic separator. And after getting through all the gases, all the chemistry, you get into actual additions, you get into empowering, you get into Ender.io, you get into all kinds of good stuff. And after finishing with tech, you get into blood magic, and you get some cool magic progression before getting back into tech with space. But for space, you gonna find out yourself about this really complicated thing that I did. This is a research station. It's a multi-block, as you can see. You unlock it pretty early, and it is actually very important. First of all, it doesn't have a recipe map for what it does, because it is actually a puzzle for you to solve. For example, if you want a research for fluid handling, you need to gather research materials uh, for this research, and after that you put 3 of them into the machine, as well as research medium for for research how to handle fluids. Research medium is just paper. So you get paper, you put everything into the machine, and it will think for a bit and give you an answer in the form of 2 ingredients are correct. That means that out of 3 things that we put in, which is Devil Metal Research Token and and Fluid Jar, only 2 of them are correct. And you need to find all 3 ingredients that are correct. So, for example, we can uh, put these 3 and see how many of them are correct. I doubt it would be anything other than 1, probably just 1. Yeah, only 1. So you need to figure out 3 correct ingredients to get yourself a research book, which will unlock cool new things for you. For example, ender fluid conduit, redstone server, which you need for progression, and things like that. Some researches give you more, some less, and there are a few of them already in the pack, but I plan to add some more. For example, let's take Tinker, or some of the... First of all, you can get creative modifiers from quest coins. You don't get too much of them, so they're quite expensive. And you need to research for that. You get some cool materials. You get to craft yourself unbreakable tools from Tinker much quicker in a crafting table. You also get a reinforcement modifier, which is more gated otherwise. And most importantly, you get some of the cooler stuff from Tinkers, which you can get by pouring molten stuff onto this book. And so basically, if you want, for example, shuriken, you need to first research tinkers, then pour molten steel onto it to make a knife blade, to then make all the knife blades that you need, and then you can make a shuriken out of them. And I have a lot of different things for recipes. This is just one of the system. For example, there are also mechs. There are just a ton of recipes with mechs, which you can pick and choose which one you want. And this recipe will give you a ton of ores. It's quite similar to microminers from Nomi Factory, for example, and yeah, but it is more complicated. But you have to find out yourself about mechs. If you want to, you can help me develop this pack because it is still unfinished. Uh, it's pretty much done up until to Botania chapter. I would say it's more or less done. Then Astral, then Alchemistry and Draconic, and after that there will be extensive endgame. And after all of that, you will get yourself a Cosmic Rune and bragging rights that come with it. So if you like challenging yourself with automation, getting resources from various methods, and you just want to have some fun with tech-centric mod pack, feel free to try. I welcome any feedback. Join our Discord and see you then. It's been Cool Test Pixel. Bye.